Recently, I've been playing a daily word game. No, not that one, but Squaredle, a word search game on a grid where you find words by connecting letters together, like this, or even like this. The only problem is, I'm not very good at it, but I want to be the number one player on the leaderboard. But that requires finding every single word as well as all of the bonus words, which I don't think is possible for me to do. However, I do know how to code. Kind of. So I'm going to attempt to make a bot that will make me the number one player in Squaredle.
Chicken nuggets.
To be able to find the words, we first need to know what a word is. There are lots of word lists online containing words from the English language, but they all differ slightly. So what we need to find out is, what does Squaredle class as a word? Luckily for us, they tell us in the FAQ. What is a valid word? Squaredle uses the official North American Scrabble Players Word List, NWL 2023. After some quick research, I found out that this word list is not available for just anyone to download. Only NASPA members may download it, and to be a member it costs money, so we're going to have to find a different method. And after a bit more research, our next best hope is a piece of software called
Zizava,
as it supposedly contains the NWL 2023 word list that we're looking for. So I downloaded the software and set it up, and I've got no clue what I'm looking at here. So instead, I went searching through the files to see what I could find, and I struck gold, a database of exactly what I was looking for. So let's load this up and see what we've got. So what we want to do is drop this into the database viewer here and have a look around. So I think we want to select words here and see what we've got, and yeah, all of the words there, but we've also got a bunch of other rubbish as well. So what we want to do is just select the words, and there we go. So we should have pages of words there now. We are able to export it, so I'm going to remove this limit here and see if that works. Oh.
2,000 years later.
So I've just loaded it in here into PyCharm, and what we want to do is remove the quotes from all of these words here, but Squaredle also only allows words that are at least 4 letters long, so we also need to filter out any words that are shorter than 4 letters. So I quickly wrote some code that will do exactly that, and now after running that code we get a list of just the words we want. So now we can move on to To be able to find the words on the grid, we first need to find out what actually are the letters on the grid. And obviously we can see them, we know what they are, but the computer doesn't. So to solve this, I'm going to use optical character recognition. This is probably one of the worst ways to do it, but that doesn't matter. OCR works by looking for shapes in an image that could be letters, then compares those shapes with a known list of letters. If there's a match, then the letter has been found. So we can use an OCR library and give it an image of the Squaredle grid, and it will hopefully give us back the letters in a text format. So we're back in PyCharm, and I've just wrote some code here to test the OCR library that I'm using, Easy OCR. We've got screenshots of all the letters on a Squaredle grid. So all it does is it loads up an English OCR reader, and then we pass it through to read the text of this image here, only looking for capital letters, and then we pass that through on to check. So let's see how many letters it will actually detect. So only detecting 18 of the 26 letters here, quite a few missing. Yeah. So I've just gone and quickly adjusted the code with 3 changes. I've changed the magnification ratio, which means the image is going to get blown up by 5 times. The low text has been reduced to 0.2, which means in low confidence areas when it's searching for text, it will include those rather than reject them. And same with the text threshold, decrease that slightly. So if it's not confident on a letter, it will still include it. If you look at our grid here, the letters are quite far apart. I don't believe we're going to have any false positives by just changing these values slightly. So let's run it and see. And it's finished now. It does take noticeably longer to run, but I think we have all 26 letters detected, and it hasn't mixed up any letters, which is good. So there's just one more thing to do, which is taking a screenshot of the board automatically, so we don't have to do it. So I've added the screenshot code to the file, so now let's run it and do a full run through of taking the screenshot and then processing it with OCR. So taking screenshot in 3, let's go over to Squaredle and let it take the screenshot. And now let's head back after it's taken the screenshot, and we can see the board there is the same as this board here. And now we just need to let it process that. And we get all of the letters in order from here into text.
I done had too many friends that died.
We now know what letters are on the grid and the dictionary of words that we can use, so we can find the solutions to the puzzle. We can do this by starting from a letter in the grid, looking at its neighbours and adding a neighbouring letter to the string. Every time a letter is added, we can check 2 things. Is this a valid word? If it is, add it to the solutions. Is this a valid prefix for any word in our dictionary? If it is not, then there are no valid words that begin with this string of letters, and we can backtrack to save time. We will repeat this with every letter of the grid to ensure that we won't miss any words. So back in PyCharm, I've implemented what I've just explained. Got this function here where we will search the neighbouring letters of a position. So we loop through the positions, the neighbouring positions on the grid. We check if it's valid, so if it's actually inside of the grid, and then also making sure we haven't already looked at that position. We update the string, we update the positions that we've checked, and then we check if the word is valid, so making sure we haven't already included this word, and also making sure it is the real word. If it is, include it in the solutions. Then we check if the word is a valid prefix. If it is, then we continue the search, and if it isn't, then we end the search and move on by backtracking. So we loop through all of the 16 letters here, and then we print out all of the solutions. So we're going to test it on this grid here and see if it works. We should get 31 plus 25, so it should give us 56 words if it's working correctly. So let's test it. And it's found all 56 words, so we know it's working, and now there's only one final step before I will be the #1 player in Squaredle. I've added 4 final lines of code that we need to be able to actually type out the solutions into Squaredle so that the computer can actually submit them. I've got a test one here, so we're using this grid that I've been showing throughout the video before we do it on the actual daily grid to make sure that it does actually work properly. So let's run it. And typing in 3, 2, 1. And we found all words and the bonus words automatically. It looks like it works. So now it's time to go onto the actual daily word grid and see if we can top the leaderboard. This is today's Squaredle. So I'm going to run the code we've made and hopefully we'll find all of the words and all of the bonus words and then we can top the leaderboard. Taking a screenshot. It's doing it. It's doing it. All words found. Time to check. Am I number one? Oh, I can't believe it.